What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are looking at plugin. This one comes to us from the request of the Unleavened Baptist. Yet again, we are doing this for you, my man. Talking about it, getting into it, looking at the daily here. I'm not a fan of the look that we're getting. I do think that this is bearish. I do think that it goes down. We are hugging this purple line here, where before we came up, broke above it, held it as support, and then came down. Now I think we're coming down, testing it for support. We didn't get a bounce, really. We've been hugging it. I think that we are going to break through it now to the downside. That's just my personal opinion, just looking at it roughly. Rejecting this 50 area on the RSI also doesn't look good. To be fair, you are kind of, aren't you? You kind of are in this like uptrend with your RSI. I don't know. We've got these higher lows coming in. Maybe it's not even from all the way back there, but just from something more immediate. You might be breaking out of it today, but who knows? Maybe something like that. Let's just see how this plays out, but I really do think that it goes lower. That's my expectation, at least at a first glance. From top to bottom here, we actually went up to the 0.5 and rejected it. I always say you don't normally find significance on the 0.5, but when you do find significance on it, you get a significant move. And I think that's what we got, right? Pretty clear move, just straight move back down right after finding rejection on it. We are sitting at about 5 cents right now. That was all the way up at, what, 8 cents, something like that. So a decent little drop. Let's see. What is it? We are above the 50, yes? No? No, we're not. We're below the 50, and we're above the purple line. So, yeah, we're probably going to come down. I guess technically right now we are below the purple line, aren't we? And not getting back above it. So that would make sense to me that we go lower. Where are we going to go? Well, taking this fib here from a bottom to a top perspective, I think that would give us an implication down toward about 3.8 to 3.15 cents, something like that. Yeah, that 618 right there, that 1618 extension is literally lining up with this low down here, kind of at like the crux before he took a fall right here as well. Nothing really else to go off of in this thing's history. So semi-significant area. You could go lower. This is a small range to measure, so you could see deeper extensions. The 2886 would bring you down to a double bottom overall on your chart, and that's totally possible on something like this. You definitely could do that. Let's see the overall fib from low to high. Right now you're finding support off your 0.5, and again you found significance on it. You got a significant move up. You went from about you actually went a little bit below, but about 4.5 cents all the way up to 8 cents there, like really quickly. So you got a rejection off it and you got a support off it. But I do think that next time we come down to this line, we probably break through it. The 3.6 area is right here at this 618, and the 0.69 area is right at that area that I was looking for before, where you got this little support zone. It's the 1618 of this low to this high here. I'll show you what I mean. So if we take it low to high, the 1618 literally falls in line with that 0.69. The 1414 is literally at the top there. I feel like a lot of cryptos have this kind of setup with them, where the 1414, the 1272 line up with the 618, and then the 1618 itself lines up with the 0.69, either a little bit above or a little bit below. But I would think that somewhere around 3 cents, 3 cents to 3.6, let's say 3.5 even. Okay, let's say 3.6. 3 to 3.6 cents is where I think this thing is going. How long will it take? I don't know, man. It'll probably take, I don't know, it could take a month, it could take 2 months, it could take 2 weeks. I don't know. I'm not a time analysis guy. And it could go lower. It really could go lower. The idea, again, that you could see this double bottom is definitely real. It definitely could happen coming all the way down there. Though I will say, getting this volume, like this spike in volume here, the most volume you've ever seen on this chart, which to my knowledge is the only chart on TradingView available. It's the highest volume by far, and it came with a bullish engulfing candle in 1 week that almost engulfed 2 weeks of price action coming off your all-time low. Nice to see, definitely nice to see. So if you do come back down here, I would look for a double bottom. I wouldn't think that you go lower than this, or if you would, you probably wouldn't go too much lower than it. If I remember correctly, the first day was, yeah, there. So I think the all-time high to take might be from this day here. If we take the all-time high and we look at it here on a weekly perspective, all-time high to all-time low, rejection off the 0.5. Man, this thing likes its 0.5, so that's kind of interesting, isn't it? Let's see. The only other 0.5 I could think of would be the one that we bounced off of here, but there might not be another one to really look into. But rejecting the 382, maybe you do come back to your 236. I don't know. You probably find a bottom on this overall scale, kind of in the middle of nowhere. This look, to me, wouldn't make me think that you do go below this line here, previous area of support, below the 236. You could hold the 236, but at the moment, just with the way that everything's looking, with how crypto's looking, I don't think that you're going to get a 15% drop, 18% drop if Bitcoin drops another like 10% or so. So I would definitely prepare for lower prices, probably again down to like this area in the lows, like somewhere where you found support over here, which is again around like 3 to 3.6 cents, somewhere around there. That's really all I have to say on this thing. You know, does it go higher inevitably? Probably, sure. Does it break its all-time high? I don't know, man. I mean, if it does, it'll probably go from about 3 to 3.6 cents all the way up to $3.81, if not higher than that by the end of this market cycle. Is that possible? Absolutely it is. What would that be? That'd be like over a 100x, right? So could it do a 100x? Could it do a, well, that would be a 500x? A little bit more than a around a 500x, right? From 3 cents. Okay, a little bit more than a 500x. Almost, it's like a 547x, something like that. So could you see that? Absolutely. This thing has a very low market cap. You know, I was actually watching this. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the drama with Ben Armstrong, man, but it's crazy, man. He's getting death threats apparently, and I don't know if he is. I don't know if he isn't. You know, I feel like, you know, it's not my place to really talk about it, but I feel like things get blown out of proportion very easily. I do believe him whenever he said that someone said that they want to bury him under cement, but I've heard people talk shit before. You know, I don't know if you guys have heard people talk shit before, but I've heard plenty of people tell me that before. Never happened. Just never happens, you know. So I don't know if he's blowing something up out of something stupid that somebody said that they just shouldn't have said, but you know, definitely acting unprofessional both ways. But I mean, that is serious stuff. That definitely is serious stuff, and it's kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy. There's a whole hour and 22 minutes on this video. I'm probably gonna watch it after this, but back to the main point, guys. I do think that we go lower. I think PLI goes a little bit lower. Does it have a good bull market? Probably. Does it do a 100x? I don't know. Maybe. Does it do a multi-100x? I don't know. Maybe. It has that potential. It might only do a 20x. It might not break its all-time highs, and that's possible too. But until we find our low, wherever that might be, whether it's at like 3 to 3.6 cents, whether it's at about like 4.5 cents, or if it comes down and does a double bottom right there at around 1.5, 1.4 cents, then, you know, from there we can talk about higher prices. I do think with this very large spike in volume, I think that there is interest in this thing, and I would expect that it does break its all-time high, but it's too new really to decide one way or another. You know what? I am curious, before we end the video, let's just look at it. PLI again. I forget, do I have to look this one up on CoinMarketCap also? No. Market cap is $4 million. Yes, it's 1,000x. Well, that would give it a $4.3 billion market cap. Not that diluted, is it? Which I don't like to see that. That's pretty bad. But whatever. That doesn't matter. You know, there's plenty of good. I mean, it does matter to some degree, but it doesn't matter too largely. Ecosystems and adoption, yeah, okay, so cool. Most of it is locked up, but not even half of it is locked up for that. A large portion, you know, promoters and founders, a large portion, I would say like almost as big as for the ecosystem. I don't like to see that, man. I really don't like to see that, but whatever, whatever, you know, it's okay. It can do good, and, you know, but that's basically from here, from this beginning of the red all the way to the yellow, it's saying 18, 20, 35% of this is locked up for people who like made this thing, who like produced this thing, right? And then about 40% of it, just 5% more, is for people that participate in the ecosystem, right? Community placement, I think that's the people who ICO'd into this thing or bought it pre-ICO, whatever, like the pre-release. I forget what the word is for the term. Somebody leave that in the comments, whatever the term is for that, where you buy it before it comes out at its initial coin offering. It's like pre-order. It's basically like a pre-order, right? But I don't know. Anyways, I think it goes lower. Then it probably goes higher. And how much lower does it go? I think around 3.6 to 3 cents. That's, I've said that enough times. So with that, I leave you. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.